By and large, when it comes to supporting companies that value their communities, millennials mean business. And Everlane means business about a new, transparent supply chain that connects customers to information they won't get anywhere else. With ethical sourcing, materials designed to last, and their very own brand of radical transparency, can Everlane make the clothing industry a better place for customers?
In a world where so many retailers are closing physical stores all over the place while desperately trying to go digital, the last thing you expect to see is an exclusively web-based retailer opening brick-and-mortar stores. Yet that's exactly what we're seeing from Everlane, the privately held apparel retailer that built their whole platform around the idea of radical transparency, meaning they show you all the details about the factories, where they make the clothes, how they discover it, who runs it, how much it costs, how sustainable is it. With Everlane, sustainability is profitability. Does that sound familiar? It's the mad money concept of impact per share. It's a brilliant model. It's become pretty popular, and frankly, not just with millennials. But lately, Everlane has been doing something a little different. They're opening physical stores in a handful of locations. 2 in New York, 1 in L.A., 1 in San Francisco. The Brooklyn store opened today. We were curious about the shift, so earlier this week, we met up with Everlane's founder and CEO, Michael Preysman, to check out his company's new minimalist store. It is beautiful, and I love the concept. Take a look. Michael, I'm going to break the rules. I talked to my wife, Lisa. We live in Brooklyn right before I came here. And she goes, Jim, tell him it's not apparel. Tell him it's ethos. It's an ethos. Is she right?
So happy to hear that. 100% she's right. We are a mission values-based brand, which is you start with the mission, you start with the values. We are always trying to do the right thing, and the product serves the mission. So every product we do, we try to less plastic, less water. We're trying to be thoughtful about the environment and the factories.
Now,
ethos.
That came up this morning. They've gotten rid of the plastic, but more important, the packaging. You get something from Amazon, and it's a landfill in its own right. You care about these things.
We're working on something really cool with packaging. I can't share yet, but we're trying to remove. No, I can't.
It's
really good. But it's. I'll tell you later. But our goal with packaging is zero impact. That's what we want. We want this stuff to just completely disappear where it came from. Use recycled materials and then just go back into the planet.
Okay, so this
is the right way.
Now, what I want to say very quickly is we've pivoted in our show because we believe that what you just described is actually a great way also to make money.
Yep.
It's what the customer wants. The customer's right.
It's the only way to make money in our view in the long term. Because what's happened now is everybody's too short-term oriented, and eventually that's catching up to us, and it's caught up to us. They say we have 11 years to fix the planet before it's completely irreversible. 11 years, that's short-term now. So we need to really start changing now to affect the planet in the long term, and that's what we're trying to do with everything.
When I go into this beautiful store in Williamsburg, I read about things that matter. I know that people were saying, I never do brick and mortar. I know when you interviewed you last that you weren't pro, but there's a sign back here about that denim's dirty. I had no idea denim's dirty. This place is also a statement for your ethos, right?
What we're trying to do here is as much as provide a new place for people to shop, because we went from digital first to customer first, we're also trying to educate and inspire, help people understand where their clothes comes from and the impact that has on the environment, because if they have that knowledge, they can make an impact as well. And so you see that story of denim. If you pop in, you'll see a story about plastics in another corner. We've got little educational tidbits all throughout here.
In the meantime, when I go to the website, it seems to expand, but you're still with radical transparency. You're never going to leave that, are you?
Radical transparency and basics. Those are the things. We're trying to provide fundamental basics in people's lives. And in this world, it's apparel and shoes. And then that radical transparency is a way to educate. So so people know we're doing the right thing. I mean, where else can you see the cost of the things you buy? We tell you everything. It's pretty hard to run a business that way, but we tell you everything.
And you can make money telling people how much your cost is, your margins.
People know that we have to make money at the end of the day, and they feel good about supporting someone that's not ripping them off because they trust us. And I think that's what we're missing in this world today is trust.
Okay, so trust is also trying to have the factories be the best. And one of the things that you said to us last time is that you went to China because you felt like you'd get the cost down. Chinese factories turn out to be pretty good, but at the same time, we have a president now who doesn't want you to make things in China. What's the right thing to do?
Oh, you're walking us down murky territory here. What the right thing to do is, we always say, do the right thing for the customer and the planet. And for us, we are a global business and we want to be global. And so whether it's made in the US, whether it's made in China, whether it's made in Vietnam, we're helping people all around the world. China is a great place, and it's 1.5 billion people. They have a huge impact on the future of our planet, and we've got to pay attention to what's going on there.
Can there be a price that the president raises tariffs that will make it so it's just not economic?
It's already happening.
Really?
We've started to move things out of China into Vietnam, Cambodia, Sri Lanka. We're already there. But it's hard. I mean, that strategy of raising 15% tariffs makes it difficult to run a business out of China for all of our production.
Now, is that a statement in itself, or is it just a fact of life? I mean, are you against tariffs, or it's what it is, and you got to figure out what the customer wants?
Are we against tariffs? Generally speaking, I would say the way it's being done right now, we're against tariffs. I understand there's global, it's a system, but telling people that they have to change in 3 months and expecting it not to impact the end customer, that's crazy. It's going to hit everybody in holiday.
All right, now, I'm familiar with the Williamsburg area. I'm familiar with the rents. I'm familiar that this is now a high rent district. One of the things that we don't like about brick and mortar is having to spend a lot of money on rent, and what do we like about online is we don't. Why brick and mortar?
Everybody loves to say you don't spend money on online, but the way it works now with Facebook and Instagram and how much it costs to acquire a customer, and then you have to ship it all, you end up, what online-only company is really profitable? Basically none of them. Yeah. That's this dirty secret. With retail, when we move to customer first, we get to figure out which channel is right and do the right thing for the customer and be profitable.
How about a subscription service where for $50 a month I can have someone help me pick the right stuff? And how about something that makes it so that I can also wear it for a little bit and bring it back? You know, all these different things that people are doing.
I love what's going on with the wear it for a little bit and then bring it back. It works really well for the high-end market.
Right.
We sell basics, a $15, $20 t-shirt. You're not going to wear that a little bit and send it back. It gets a little dirty. It's just different. So, but I'm not a big fan of the boxes and all of that for our business because we don't need people to have more things that they don't need for us.
When I go to department stores, I look around. When I go with my younger daughter, she says, Dad, landfill, end up in landfill. You actually think about that. You're trying to figure out what shouldn't be in a landfill, what the customer won't put in a landfill.
Yeah, and we're trying to make sure that the customer's buying things they want and that will last. So you're not going to see us doing major fashion trends. We really try to stay in the basics, something that we know you can wear for the next 3 to 5 years. Ideally longer, but that's up to you, but we know it's going to last. Get this, we just launched yesterday for men a 365-day guarantee. You buy something from one of our 12 items, anything happens to it in the first year, we replace it.
I saw that on the site. I said, how do they're going to get clobbered on that. They're going to get clobbered.
We did all the testing, 50 washes, we did stretch testing, we did color fastness, everything, because things should last.
Yeah, they should last.
Basics should last.
And how is your consumer doing? They're spending, employment good?
I think employment's generally good. What we're seeing is that people are looking for brands that they can trust and adopt because you feel like the world is crazy and you say, what impact can I make? I can vote for somebody and I can vote.
Right.
And I can vote with my dollars. And so they're looking to vote with their dollars, and so they're coming to brands like us that really are trying to make a difference. We're not perfect, by the way, but we're doing the best we can.
There was a movie, The Graduate, where the secret was plastics.
Great movie.
Really great.
I remember that. And then it was like at the time where it was in the front of Life magazine and plastics of the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So where's plastic now?
Plastic, we got to turn the tap off. We got so much of it, 8 billion tons. It's happening more and more. And the beautiful statement, you use it for a minute and it lasts forever. That's crazy. Right?
Well, will my shoes last forever? My unisex shoes?
No, because you wear them for a little bit and then you get tired of them. So that's why we are only we're 95% virgin plastic free in our shoes. We're trying to remove all that plastic everywhere we can go.
Do you? You're a computer scientist by background, but you obviously love. Well, I mean, you love fashion, right?
I like design and the impact design can have on people's lives.
Okay, so who's your icon? Who do you think of? I mean,
other than Jim Cramer?
Oh, I really appreciate that, and certainly the right call, but stop. Oh, now my wife is going to kill me. I mean, I showed you the bag that she had, and now she's going to say my head's too big to get out this beautiful glass door.
Yeah.
Are there people that you respect and
we look to companies and I think that are trying to change things. I do. Right, I think Whole Foods is a really good one.
Walter Robb?
I mean, Walter Robb and John Mackey, it's like that really came out of an idea that they believe strongly in organic and pioneered the whole movement forward. And then, people don't know this, but they pioneered a lot of standards around beauty because there weren't any. So when they started selling stuff in their stores, they did quite a bit there. We look up to those sorts of companies that have changed an industry from the ground up.
Well, I think you're doing fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
It's really fantastic.
Thank you.
One of the few things that my daughter and my wife agree on.
Yep.
And you are real good at what you do, man.
We'll do our best.
Congratulations on all your success, and congratulations on trying to change.
Yeah,
Trying to change
thank you.
It really does matter.
We got more. The thing I'll say is we draw a line in the sand, and we heard this from Walter Robb, you draw a line in the sand, and every year you just try to do a bit better.
I'll leave it at that. That's Michael Preysman. He's the founder and CEO of Everlane.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.